Disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. And when your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
China all the time, China all the time, China all the time. You're having a hard time tonight. Wrong. I love Mexican people. China!
Oh, man.
We're going to talk about China tonight.
Are we?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know in what context, but
North Korea and China.
I'm going to tell you, I'm pumped up for the show.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What?
I am ready.
I
had a sufficient break from you.
It was nice. I was sorry about that. We were off for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We had some personal time and some sickness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had to go up and go to a funeral.
Yeah.
That
was sad.
Yeah.
That is sad.
But it was a very nice ceremony.
Yep.
Good guy. Lived a hell of a life. I mean, he was 87 years old and did a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'll miss him. He's good friends with my dad and the family. All right, so that's that. So it's July 13th, 2017. We're in the Freedom Studios on the 15th floor of the Patriot Towers. We're in Liberty City. Where at, Nate?
Quebec, Canada.
Are we in Quebec?
Quebec.
No, Quebec.
Qua. Are you French?
Yes.
Oh.
Oui. You know, when I was in D.C.
You've told this story
100 times.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my gosh. This French family on the tour bus up on the top, they started laughing. And you know how people make fun of the French with their laugh. They're, oh. But when you hear a 12-year-old girl laughing like this, you go, oh, my God, the stereotype's true. The whole family.
Wearing a beret.
They had a loaf of bread and a bottle of wine. Life is good.
Jeez, it's terrible.
I love my life. I love French bread. I love butter.
I love butter.
I love the women.
French bread.
Baguettes.
French toast.
Croissant.
Crepes.
That's about all the French I know. Oui on your...
I took quite a bit. More than your average amount of French
My wife
class.
had 4 years in high school.
Yeah, I didn't have 4 years in high school, but I had one in high school and several times before that.
Guess what their French class did?
What?
They went to Quebec.
Did they really?
Field trip.
That's hilarious.
She goes, couldn't understand a word they said because their French is different.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
There's different accents.
And they were speaking English.
Yeah, they couldn't. What French is this?
What?
He said, how are you? The accent's really bad.
Bibliothèque?
Biblioteca.
Yikes.
The Sudafed we all took before the show is kicking in.
Sudafed?
Yeah.
What?
That's what you told me it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I
it really
did.
was.
Well, I did take some Robitussin because I don't know if you remember 3 weeks ago, our last show, I had a cough.
Yeah, and it's still there.
I still have it. It's horrible. Absolutely
it's
terrible.
It's not a cold.
No, I don't. Well,
it's tuberculosis.
Yeah, it might be, but I don't know.
Have you had any small fleas biting you lately?
Yes, I have. Why is that?
Well, was there a rat around?
Yep. There was.
Was it a French rat?
It was a French rat. I visited New York City on my way to Quebec.
Well, then you got the plague, my friend.
Terrible, but I don't know.
I don't want to get the plague again.
We moved the studio, but I'm in the middle of moving other things as well, and with the cold, it's been absolutely terrible.
It's been hell.
It's been horrible. I will tell you now, if there are any U-Haul representatives out there listening, this did not actually happen. But have you ever, Brian, and you kind of know the neighborhood I'm moving to.
Oh, too, yeah. Nice neighborhood.
Have you ever drug a hearse by a chain behind a U-Haul truck?
Was it a black hearse?
It was.
No, I've never done a black hearse.
You've never done that.
I've done the white hearse.
That's something. That's something that I've done.
Were
now.
there people standing on the side of the road, like thinking, "Oh,
well, the police showed up.
Bum, 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 bum. They played Death March.
Yeah. It was really, really sad. We were driving it, and it made it almost all the way to the new storage location, and blew a tire.
So it was a tire.
So
So then you dragged it on a flat tire?
Yeah. Well, there were other issues. I don't want to talk about it.
What'd you make your wife do? She have to hold up that side.
Yeah. No, it wasn't the tire that caused us to drag it, but yeah, it was.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it was fun.
But you're pretty much moved in?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
I hadn't noticed.
Okay.
Jeez. A lot of stuff.
We do. Yeah, it's amazing.
How did it fit in the other place?
It's yeah, exactly. How in the hell do we have so much stuff?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't know where it came from. I moved stuff that I'm pretty sure we didn't own.
Hey, wait a minute. That's mine.
That's why. Oh, crap. That's what took so long, is we were accidentally moving stuff from the neighbor's house.
Yeah. Any garage that was open.
Yeah, well, I don't know. This must be here.
U-Haul's here. All right, honey. Goodwill. Yeah, we could do... Oh, no.
What?
We could just drive around the neighborhood with a Goodwill truck and start picking up stuff. People wouldn't even... Oh, it looks like the Johnsons are giving away their TV to Goodwill. I thought they just bought that. Frank was really talking about how much he enjoyed watching the baseball game on a big screen.
Jeez, man.
We're anyways. What does that have to do with anything? We got our trivia question. Our trivia question is
it easy?
No, well, it is kind of, but it's geologic in nature.
Oh, great.
It's economic geology.
What? Okay, all right.
And we have history. This day in history.
Wow.
I'll give a clue now.
So just like every other show that we did 3 weeks ago.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, all right.
1943 was when it happened.
Wow.
Let's see. What do you want to get into? There's been a few things that have happened, both statewide and nationally. You want to do some state stuff first?
Yeah, well, yes. Yeah, it's a state thing, but I think it could have larger repercussions.
Can you see my cursor?
No, I can't see your cursor.
You don't have the prep page up?
Yeah, but I'm not looking at your cursor.
See it now?
Okay, go ahead, I guess.
Should we do that as a public announcement?
Yeah, go ahead, since you're talking about it.
All right. Please, don't leave your kids and, more importantly, your dogs or any living thing in your car when it gets above 60 degrees. They say even 60 degrees, it can get pretty warm in a car in the sun. But when it's 80 or 90 degrees and humid like it has been in Quebec, you don't want to leave kids and doggies in the car.
It gets hot really quickly. And I mean, I think most people have gotten into a car that's been sitting in the sun and say, wow, it's really hot in here.
Dang, that's hot.
Yeah, it bugs me.
I just, I can see especially busy young new parents or even just older new parents. They don't, they get out of a routine and they have the kid in the back seat and they go off to work and you hear that horrible tragedy. They forget that they picked up their kid, didn't take him to daycare.
Yeah.
They come out at 5 o'clock and that'd be horrible.
That makes me nervous, which is probably good because I triple check every day. Yeah. Because I take our toddler to daycare, and like 6 times on the way to work, I look back to make sure that I actually dropped her off.
Yeah.
So hopefully I continue to do that.
You're a little too paranoid.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you can be too paranoid, Brian. I mean, look at you.
Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you.
You're not too paranoid or anything. You don't worry too much or anything like that. So
I worry about everything.
But no, that's a good one.
I was afraid I was going to get a handicap sticker parking ticket 6 months later.
And you might.
That's a different story.
Call me in 4 months and we'll see.
So you want me?
No, I don't want you. No, why would you tell that?
Oh yeah, I'll tell it.
We have a very, very, very large cop segment in our audience. very large, which, along with not leaving your dogs in their cars, also don't let the police around them.
Yeah, and don't leave your police in the car.
Don't.
Or what's bad enough was the cop that left his police dog in a car and it died.
Yeah. Ugh.
That was a few months ago, I think.
Well, I mean, police aren't immune to human error.
No, of course. They're human? Not RoboCop.
Speaking, well, we'll get to that
He's
later.
a cyborg.
City in Michigan here is lucking out, getting a couple $100,000. But I want to talk about the Dearborn open carry thing.
Sure.
That made national news.
Yeah.
The trial was last week.
Right.
And
well, let's tell. I mean, for those that might not know it, there was two guys walk into a police station
in Dearborn,
Michigan. They wanted to file a complaint because they felt they were harassed by the police earlier in the day. It was a Sunday afternoon, kind of cold out. He comes in. He's got a mask, partly a ski mask on, but he always has a bullet-resistant vest on because they do a lot of protesting and stuff, and they have interaction with police. They don't want to die, so they wear a tactical vest. And he had an AR-15 pistol slung over his shoulder, and he had a handgun. And I think the other guy was unarmed, although I don't remember. Yes. So I don't know what he got charged with brandishing. I don't know how he could. But anyways, they were arrested for, I don't know, because the charges, first it was brandishing, and then resisting arrest, and then it was disturbing a public meeting because the police were having a meeting, staff meeting, and so they threw that in there. And then they went out to the car, and they noticed, in Michigan it's very weird. If you don't have a concealed pistol license, the only way you can transport a handgun in your vehicle is unloaded, and it has to be, if you have a trunk, it has to be in your trunk, but it has to be in a case designed for the handgun, which is silly. So you can't put
it's absurd.
You can't put it like in a Crown Royal bag. So what they said is when they went out and searched it, they found a pistol that was unloaded in the trunk, but it was in like a bag, and it wasn't a gun case.
Yep.
And so they charged them with a 5-year felony.
Both of them.
Carrying a concealed weapon.
Yep, both of them.
Both of them, because, even though the guns were not the guy that was charged, the other guy, the guns belonged to one person. They charged them both. Well, anyways, they faced these charges, and it was kind of screwy because, come to find out, the guy did have a concealed pistol license. He had been arrested for resisting arrest several months earlier. They took his license away, and they dropped the charges, and as soon as they dropped the charges, his license is supposed to be reinstated, and he gets his concealed pistol license back. You're only supposed to suspend their license if you're convicted. That's what his attorney was saying.
Yep.
So the circuit court judge says, okay, so they dropped the felony carrying concealed. Well, they went to the circuit court for the trial, and this judge was just appointed by Governor Schneider, who I heard, the conspiracy was that he got involved. He's close with Dearborn. That's a big city. It's a metropolitan area. And he appoints a new judge for the circuit who was anti-gun. I think it was a she.
Yes.
Reinstates the felony charge. And then wouldn't let the attorney bring up the fact that he had a concealed pistol license during the trial.
Yeah, wasn't even allowed to mention it.
So, the attorney, who was an expert and a firearm instructor himself, wasn't allowed to relate that information to the jury.
Right.
That he knew what he was talking about. And he was an expert on this stuff.
Crazy.
And they said, you can't talk about that. So it was really kind of a kangaroo court. Anyways, long story short, which is too late, James Baker, sort of the leader of the group, he gets the misdemeanor charges not guilty. But the carrying a concealed pistol, he's guilty of the 5-year felony. The other guy is convicted of all crimes, the misdemeanors and the felony, even though he didn't have a concealed pistol.
It wasn't his gun, but he got charged with it and convicted.
And so it's going to be appealed to the Court of Appeals.
Hopefully, yep.
Well, I think it will.
Was there only one gun?
There were 2 handguns.
Okay.
He had one on him and one in the vehicle, is what I heard. Now, I don't know. I hear all kinds of different things.
If there was only one gun in the vehicle, how can 2 people get convicted of carrying that same gun? I mean, doesn't that seem weird?
Yeah, and both of them were registered to the one man.
Right.
So I don't know how you charge the other guy, but
insane. But I mean, what's really insane is James got convicted